I've also learned a lot this year. I've learned that I have a lot to offer this world. Everyone does. Make your mark and show everyone what you're made of. Which brings me to something very important, a cure for autism. They say they want to make this cure, but I don't want to be cured. Yes, it's true, I'm a little bit unique, I know. But I also know I'm a badass young woman and I'm fine just the way I am.
Thank you, Wisdom. Good morning. Yay! Welcome to CSL Dallas, a Center for Spiritual Living. Y'all doing well this morning? Well, I think I'm finally well. Don't get strep throat. Stay away. It is so good to be here with you all, and I am so excited that I am here to witness the magnificent brilliance and creativity and presence and power of our teens, for it is Teen Sunday. Are y'all excited? I'm excited. They've really been working and rehearsing and all that good stuff, and so we're all in for a treat this morning.
Send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy.
Please close your eyes and join me in prayer. We come together knowing that God is everywhere and everything and all there is. And we are all individual expressions of this divine spirit, this oneness. And with this oneness comes a power in each and every one of us. With this oneness comes happiness, peace, harmony, and love. And I give thanks for this knowing and this truth. And we agree on it by saying, and so it is.
I send my love over the mountains. I send my peace into the heavens, and it returns to me. And it returns to me. And it returns to me.
All right, so this is the PowerPoint. Okay.
They're going to return to their seats. Bakari Savannah. Bakari Savannah. Bakari Savannah.
All right, so this is the PowerPoint, and the topic will be child trafficking and candles. Yeah, but like, yes, this is the PowerPoint and candle lighting, and the topic will be child trafficking and immigrants. So, millions of kids and women and men are victims of child trafficking, prostitution, forceful labor, and this isn't the only problem. We have immigrants being separated from their families and put into cages. This is cruel treatment. There is no human rights or freedom by doing this. This treatment shouldn't be tolerated. That's why when we light this candle is going to be the candle of hope. This is the candle that gives these kids, families, and men and women the power to keep going forward, to fight back, and to live in peace. Human rights are important. Freedom is important. We want it all back. I know that we'll get it all back. Because once I light this candle, this hope, this one energy will be sent into the universe. And I affirm that this belief that the immigrant children and the child trafficking will 100% stop is true. So, as I light this candle, I know that all is good and that spirit, God, or this one energy will guide these immigrant children and victims of child trafficking into peace, freedom, and happiness. And because of this knowing, I send this out into the universe by lighting this candle. And so it is.
Hi, CSL Dallas. My name is Bakari Issa, and I'm here to set the tone for the boys and girls from the teen group to tell you what you and the congregation has been donating to. So I'm going to tell you a little story about camp and. Sorry. We are social media friendly community. Take pictures, post about what's going on, check in, and sometimes this week we'd love for you to go on Google, search for CSL Dallas and leave us a review. Your reviews make a huge difference. We also want to remind you to please silence your phones. Our yearly theme is Hold the Vision, Be Power, and Soar with Love. This month, we're going to give you what you need to succeed. The theme for this month is Tools of Transformation.
All right. Hi. So we're going back to one of the classics again this month. Oh, before I would speak, I would like to invite all of the teens to come back up on stage. Yes. Make your way up here, please. Thank you, lovelies. Okay. So again, we're going back to one of the classics this month. First published in 1925, The Game of Life by Florence Scovel Shinn has inspired thousands of people around the world to find a sense of purpose and belonging. It asserts that life is not a battle, but a game of giving and receiving, and that whatever we send out into the world will eventually return back to us. This little book will help you discover how your mind and its imagining faculties play leading roles in the game of life. Now let's all read our affirmation together. Power of good in the universe, and I can use it. Daily I use the tools of transformation for my good, and for the good of others, and for the good of the world. And so it is. Okay. At this time, we would like to invite you to say hello to one another. So rise as you're willing and able to, and greet one another with a handshake, a hello, or a hug.
Well, we sing.
Nope.
This thing I call love, I just can't handle it. This thing called love, I must get around to it. I am ready. Crazy little thing called love. This thing I call love, I just can't handle it. This thing called love, I must get around to it. I'm ready. Crazy little thing called love. Little thing called love.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy 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 little thing called love. Crazy little thing called love.
Yeah.
Crazy little thing called love.
Good morning. Okay, we love to say good morning to each other, but we have a special guest. Isn't this awesome? Look at this. Y'all just stay put. Hang on. All right, so we have a special guest right now. We're right in the midst of our fundraising for our local DISD community, Gooch Elementary. We have been working with them and sponsoring and assisting this community for over 12 years. And their guidance counselor, Valerie, is here. Valerie, there she is. Come on up and tell us a little bit about our Gooch Elementary uniform drive and why it makes such a difference. Yes. Hang on.
You won't see me if I stand here.
I got the white one. White one. Why don't you stand next to the kids? Would that be all right? All right. Thank you, Valerie.
What a joy it is to be here with you this morning. And I'm extra excited that this is Teen Sunday. Before I became an elementary school counselor, I was a high school counselor for 15 years. So teens are close to my heart also. And I'm so excited to have you standing next to me right now. I love the little people. I actually wrote some notes because I didn't want to get carried away with my love and enthusiasm, and I tend to do that. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your support of Gooch Elementary and our scholars in the many ways that you support us through the uniform assistance program now, but also the Thanksgiving baskets and the, some of you serve as reading buddies. So I just want you to know on behalf of all of our Gooch family how much we appreciate your support. Our goal is that every scholar at our school receives a quality education. 96% of our scholars come from homes that are considered low socioeconomic. And so your support of our uniform program, assistance program, helps families to be able to afford those uniforms. And our uniforms are part of our culture, part of our effort to make sure that every scholar becomes college and career ready, and that their zip code does not make a difference in the quality of their education. If they're wearing a uniform, it raises their self-esteem, and if they look like a scholar, then they act like a scholar. And so we're just deeply, deeply appreciative of your support for that. So thank you very much.
So do you know you're part of our online community? Every time you watch us, you belong to CSL Dallas, and we're so happy that you're part of our community. And we love providing you this kind of spiritual message. So if you want to keep seeing this, please donate. You can donate at csldallas.org/give, or you can text 972-954-4404. Be part of our community and sit back and enjoy the message.
Go on pretending the whole world is ending. Follow the tragic and forego the magic. I'm done, yeah, I'm through it. Singing breakdowns, the madness, the lessons in the story that goes on before me. Sometimes I don't know when to fight and when to let it go. I won't let the questions bring me down. A little baby, what's she gonna be? She may hold the answers, wait and see. The world smiles. The world smiles at me. If I believe in the good stuff and open my eyes up, the world smiles. Call me crazy, but that don't faze me. Even in the dark, just wait and see. The world smiles. The world smiles at me. If I believe in the good stuff and open my eyes up, the world smiles. If I believe in the good stuff and open my eyes up, the world smiles.
Come on, that was awesome. Wasn't that beautiful? They've been working really hard on that song. Before the young kids go back to Joy Village, I'd like to ask them to stay for just a couple more minutes. If you guys would like, you can sit down. It's going to be about 5 more minutes. So why don't you have a seat? And the teens can actually exit behind and around. Good morning. I'm going to raise this up a little bit. I'm Brianna Ebmeyer, if I haven't had the joy and pleasure of meeting you yet. I think in these past 5 months, I've made my rounds and met most of the core members and those who are here infrequently. Maybe I might have given you a toy of Joy Village. Maybe we might have collaborated on a service project, or maybe you are a volunteer. It does take a village, and so I would like to take just a couple of minutes to have this opportunity to honor and give big love and respect to those who are part of Joy Village and who make Joy Village possible. These are the individuals who show up consistently and on purpose to support the work of spiritually empowering our youth, like these beautiful children sitting here. On a given Sunday, we have upwards of 50 young kids in Joy Village, including our teen group. It's a large and beautiful group. Yes. Firstly, I would like to acknowledge a pillar within Joy Village. Doreen, can you please stand up right where you are? Oh. I'm going to cry. I love this lady so much. Doreen, she's the music director for today's service. She's the music director for the youth music team of Joy Village and the gifted leader of what we call The Gathering, which she pioneered in Joy Village, which is an all-ages service that we have every Sunday from 10:30 to 11. You are always welcome to join us if you would like to see the beauty of The Gathering and all of the kids singing and having an interactive discussion about the same topics that you are talking about here in the service. Doreen Fisher is the rock of Joy Village. We love you, Doreen. Thank you. Secondly, I would like to acknowledge the crew of Joy Village, the teachers who are here today. If they could stand up, and might be easier just to stand in front of the kids. I had intended for them to be on the platform. We're missing a couple today who are on vacation, but I'd like to acknowledge our crew. These are the women who model, that's really important, model and teach science of mind principles in engaging ways, in age-appropriate ways. They are love in action. They inspire me and our kids every single week. They are rock stars, each and every one of them. So here today, we have Catherine Irwin, who is a rock star substitute, who is replacing Kathleen Austin today. Next, standing next to Catherine, we have Betty. Betty, who works with our 6 to 8-year-olds. And kneeling down, tending to a beautiful Phoenix, is Molly Sandoval, who is works with our 3 to 5s. Next, we have Oshun Lade, who you all know has been a member for a long time, as most of our teachers have, and she's in the forest room with our 9 to 11s. Oshun Lade. And then over in the corner, we have our 2 teen advisors who are brand new to the job. We have Diamond James and Daryl Parker. Rock stars. Okay, they're teachers, and the young kids, you are free to go back to Joy Village, and we will see you soon at the end of service. It's not just the teachers who are back in Joy Village each Sunday. There is a very large crew of individuals who, again, consistently and on purpose show up every single Sunday. They check on the kids. They prepare snacks. If your name is on this list, you may or may not be here because you may be back in Joy Village. But if you are here, I would love it if you could stand up. These are the individuals who are, again, checking in our kids, who are preparing snacks, who are taking care of the kitchen, who are setting up rooms, organizing supplies, assisting in the classroom, finding solutions. Yes. They show up every week on purpose. These are the people who make Joy Village hum, and we appreciate them tremendously. Nextly is our, Nextly, is that a word? It is now. Teen Team. Briefly, I want to acknowledge if you are a Divine Dining host or if you are a Divine Dining guest, meaning that you purchased a dinner at a Divine Dining dinner, can you please stand up? I have some interesting news for you, please. You are honorary members of our teen team, and collectively, you helped us to raise $11,500 for our teen program. Yeah, that's applause worthy. That is applause worthy. Thank you. There is an extremely special person related to Divine Dining who unfortunately is not here due to a death in his family, and that is Daniel Jackson. Daniel Jackson, he stepped into the lead role for Divine Dining this year and did a phenomenal job. He was an example of grace under pressure and expertly managed the dozens of tasks required for Divine Dining to succeed. He knows personally how science of mind transforms lives and is dedicated to ensuring that CSL Dallas teens have every opportunity to grow spiritually. So I'd just like to give him, so he can watch this video, and give him a round of applause. Thank you, Daniel Jackson. Sherry Lynn Slavera is a consistent presence, powerful presence in the teen team, always there to support in myriad ways. And then lastly, at the beginning of this year, we had many guest speakers from this community supporting the teen program, and I want to thank you as well. And then lastly, I want to acknowledge our facilities team. The individuals who are here, if your name is on the slide, I would love it if you would stand. The facilities team is the team that keeps Joy Village as gorgeous as it is. Our classrooms are gorgeous, but it takes upkeep, as CSL Dallas does. So the facilities team keeps the space in top form. This team gifted Joy Village with our beautiful new gate. If you haven't seen it, you must come back and see it. It has a wheel, and it wheels back and forth. It's incredible. And then also they are working steadfastly on making our playground a reality, which we will have an update about at the end of the service. Thank you, facilities team. Okay. Savannah Green, could you please stand? And Fern Sandoval, if you are here, I would love it if you would stand as well. Fern Sandoval has served on National Camp Teen Leadership Team for 2 years. She's retiring off. This is a very coveted position. There are only 7 teens in the whole United States who are elected to serve on teen leadership. And this is the group of teens who literally plan the summer camp for 325 teens from around the nation who attend. It's huge. And Savannah was elected to teen leadership in July, so she will be taking Fern's place. Congratulations, Savannah. Kudos to you. Okay. You are about to hear from our camp advisors. Our camp advisors, Diamond and Daryl, are also our teen advisors, and if they could make their way up here to the podium. Diamond, Daryl, and Sage Vecchio de Leon were our camp advisors this year. They are the 3 individuals who are beyond exceptionally dedicated to the teens of CSL Dallas. They volunteered their time to attend a 3-day orientation in the mountains of California and an intense week at camp with 75 other advisors and, as I mentioned, 325 other teens. They had assigned advisor tasks pretty much 24/7. Which left very little time for them to sleep. And they also had to eat really cruddy food for an entire week. Cafeteria camp food. So they love our teens, and we love these incredibly inspiring camp advisors. So let's hear about Diamond and her experience.
Good morning. Again, I'm Diamond, and a little bit of background from me. Thank you. Okay. So I attended camp when I was a teen, their age, many, many years ago. And being back in this experience and able to attend, all those old feelings kind of came back. And I got excited. I'm like, I'm going to go to camp. And I felt like I was 16, 17 years old again. And it was great. Very long time ago. Thank you, honey, for that wonderful reminder. And so all these old feelings came back. So I was really excited and in that moment. But before camp started, I was asked, what are my expectations for camp? And it was an interesting question, and I loved it because it made me really be in that moment and be present. But my answer was, and still remains, to facilitate the teens' growth. And I did just that. And about the 3rd day of camp, I didn't expect to not only facilitate, but I didn't expect to learn. Who would have thought, like, the teen advisor not wanting to learn or not expecting to learn? So I learned what self-love looks like. In our teaching, we learn about self-love and how we show up as love and to be loved. But to see what self-love looks like in a teen, as a teen, I was loved. As a teen, I was self-love. But to see that as an adult with kids now, it was amazing. And I thank each and every one of you. You guys are beautiful. This is a phenomenal group. And while at camp, I'm like, that's my Dallas group right there. And they are beautiful, they are awesome, and they showed up. And I appreciate every single one of you from the bottom of my heart. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for all of you.
Shorter. Good morning. My name is Daryl Parker, and I had the privilege of going to camp with most all of this group sitting over here to your left and my right. a few weeks ago, and I want to say you've probably all heard the expression that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Well, I'd like you to invite you to think about that in the inverse. When the teacher was ready, like Diamond said, the students appeared for us. And when we went to the camp training that she mentioned in Camp Buckhorn, we spent many hours about how we can help them, what to do if this happens, how to handle this situation. But there was one important thing they didn't tell us, and that was to expect to receive such unconditional love from the people we were going to work with, the people we came with, and the other groups that we were assigned to. We were assigned to a cabin group of like 7 or 8 boys. Then we have what they call families. That's a term they use, 6 or 7 youth that meet with you, who are affectionately known as Camp Mom and Dad, which was good. I liked being a dad instead of a granddad for a week. And so these youth met with us several times and participated in workshops. And what was amazing about this experience was the incredible bonding and love that resulted in this family, not only between them, but what they gave to me. And here I thought I'd come to help them have a great experience, and it turned around, and I was the one having the great experience. And I'm not sure why it didn't occur to me, but one of my favorite teachings at CSL is that we're all individualized expressions of spirit. And here I had 7 new individualized expressions of spirit that I'd never yet met. But before the week was over, they really did feel like family to me. And by the way, if you've never seen 350 individualized expressions of spirit in teenage bodies all at once, then you've missed an amazing experience. I'll tell you that for sure. They gave us this little spiral book, and they called it a stroke book. It has your family group, your cabin number, and your name on it. And it must be something about day 3, but day 3, about the 5th time I walked up the hill to the cabin, I thought, I'm going to pass out from heat stroke. Oh, stroke book, whoever named this. It's got my name and where they should dump me if I have a heat stroke. So camp has its own language, and boy, did I learn some new words at camp. No, Karen, not those kind of words, but I learned several things. One of them was, wow, that song really slaps. Anybody ever heard that? Art teens have never. Well, that piece of art you just drew slaps hard. Okay. But, maybe that was a Canadian thing. I had guys from Canada, so maybe it's not made it here yet. Anyway, the real idea of the stroke books, and every person that was at camp had a stroke book. And the idea was to write things in them when you encountered people or someone did something or you just appreciated what they were doing there. I want to read just a little fun one if you'll indulge me. It says, Daryl, I love you so much. I never could have asked for a better camp dad. You're kind, loving, and cheerful in everything you do. You never failed to make me laugh. I wish you the very best for your future. Lots of love and lots of hearts. Remember being 14? Hearts on everything? 25 hearts or so on everything. So what I just wanted to say was thank you for investing in these teens, because these teens will be the ones leading this congregation, this center, and others for the next 55 years. So I think you've made a really good investment. Thank you.
Hi, guys. So I'm Sage. I've been working with the youth for the past 13-ish years. So most of the teens that went to teen camp, I've known since they were this big. I've helped bring them up, I've helped raise them. I'm deeply, deeply invested in them and their hearts and everything that they do. So words that are used to describe camp are challenging, it grows you, it's hard, it's spiritually expansive, it pushes you to your limits. I found all of that to be true. And I've spent the last few weeks reflecting on not necessarily the events that happened at camp, but what it all means. I had a really challenging experience. I felt out of control. I didn't have control over the things that were happening. And what I've had to understand is that it's growing pains. You don't necessarily have to be comfortable to be in the divine. You don't have to necessarily like what's happening in order to be in the presence of spirit or exactly where you need to be. Never in my life have I hit something that I needed to grow through and thought, wow, that was so comfortable and easy. Man, I'll just take a relaxing day and think about all the childhood trauma that I've had. No, it's hard. It's so hard. And I found myself in a really tough situation. And what I've learned is that allowed a scene to unfold for other people to reflect on, for other people to look at and learn from and grow through. And, reflect on how they would respond to the situation, reflect on what it means to be put in that kind of situation, and that the world, the divine, the spirit doesn't necessarily have to make you comfortable in order to get you where you need to be, to get you where you need to go, to learn what you need to do. You're always exactly where you need to be, learning exactly what you need to be learning. It doesn't have to be in alignment with what you had planned. It never is. It's my biggest challenge. Camp is a container for everyone to reflect in on themselves and learn how to handle things. It gives you the tools to take into the world and apply. So there are these fun workshops, these hard lessons that you have to go through. You have to be put on a schedule and a routine. You have to drink this amount of water. We have to ask you these questions. We have to push you to your limits and make you uncomfortable. And you've got to sleep in a cabin with 6 other people and get uncomfortable. But man, are you going to come out a bigger person at the end of it? And that's the whole point. And so camp is an experience that you take with you. It's not just the place that you go to. It's everything that transforms you when you leave that place. So thank you guys for inspiring me to go, because if it hadn't been for you, I never would have gone there. Never would have gone. It was my first year, and it was so hard, but I thank you so much because you were all such amazing lights, and you have taught me more than I could have ever done by myself or in books in school. You guys are amazing. So amazing. I love you so much. So much.
All right. I'm going to continue where I left you off on a cliffhanger. Hello, CSL. And my name is Bakari Issa. And what you guys have been investing in is probably 350 teens' happiness that they're going to remember for the rest of their life. I for sure am, because to me, that's the 8th wonder of the world. So I'm going to tell you about a little story that happened to me, and it was this big problem I really wanted to solve, and I was working on it, and I still am, as you can see. It definitely helped. So the first day of camp, I was very nervous, and for help from my friend Vibra, thank you, Vibra, to get me up on stage to do this simple exercise, which it was very easy, and I could not wait to do it. But once I got on stage, I was very nervous. I didn't say the whole thing, and I kind of sped walked off stage and just gave through the microphone wherever it went. The next time I got up on stage, I was performing with my friend Isaac, and everybody, as teens know, that was super funny, and we were singing the song, and I was very confident in my abilities to sing and rap and do whatever. But I was ready to come out my shell, but I wasn't at that point because I was still a little nervous. So I had purposely worn stuff so people couldn't recognize me because I was scared of negative feedback, which is one of the flaws that I'm working on and near solving. So the next time I got up on stage, I was very excited, and I had a whole plan set out for myself, but once I stepped on those stairs on deck, it was all thrown out the window. I got up on stage, and I took a deep breath just like I did, and I realized, just like you guys, my family, CSL homies, You guys are here for me, and I'm here for you, and it's all positive. I love you.
Hi, I'm Audrey Orr, and I've been to CSL for 5 to 6 years. I've also been to camp for 4 years. So last year, I talked about my fears of growing up. I also did a lot of comparing myself to other people my age. I was also struggling with navigating the transition from childhood to adulthood while having autism. I shared with you that I decided to think of my transition as my yellow brick road. So I would like to share with you some things that have been going on my yellow brick road. So this year, I've learned that age is just a number. So now that you're 18 like me and you feel younger, or you're 75 and you feel 30, you're just exactly who you are. Your mind doesn't always match your body, and that's okay. Number 2, advocate, advocate, advocate. Use your voice. Your voice matters, and when you know how to use your voice, you can also use it to help others. People who may not have a voice at all, or people who might need a little help. Number 3, fly your freak flag, so your friends can find you. Number 4, find a group of people that are your true, authentic friends. This year, I found you guys, but I also found my friends at Special Olympics. This year, I joined their swim team, and I found a group of teens and young adults who are also neurologically challenged like me. And I never knew what it felt like to be around people like me. So at first, I felt a little spiritually dry because I had no idea this was out there. And then I learned that I can be with you guys too, because I love you too. Number 4, sometimes in life there's loss. This year, I lost my best friend in the whole entire world, my dog, my emotional support animal, Barney. He was my best friend, the guy I could talk to anything with. I actually never knew what I'd be when I was gone, but he also told me that he was gonna send me a new Chihuahua, so. But you also learn that life goes on. Number 4, when you really love someone, they're never really gone. They're always there with you, right by your side. I've also learned a lot this year. I've learned that I have a lot to offer this world. Everyone does. Make your mark and show everyone what you're made of. Which brings me to something very important, a cure for autism. They say they want to make this cure, but I don't want to be cured. Yes, it's true, I'm a little bit unique, I know. But I also know I'm a badass young woman and I'm fine just the way I am. I claim my challenges as my special gifts. Which brings me to you guys. If not for you, here in CSL Dallas, I would not be here or at camp, having the time of my life, owning my challenges as my gifts and my strengths, which I want to thank every single one of you for supporting me through the years, for being my role models, for your financial gifts to go to camp so I can have the wonderful experience that I have every year. and most of all, helping me find my yellow brick road. Thank you. See you next year.
Hi, hey, what's up? So my name's Stone. Most of you guys probably know me, and I'll be talking about my journey through camp. So this year really affected me the most. Not much people know, but I'm really insecure about my body and the way I look. So camp is a very accepting place, and they really help you like feel accepted. Like here, people look at people and they're like, "Yo, you kind of weird," or like, "Nah, you look funny." But like at camp, they're like, "Dude, I love you," and that really helps out a lot. It shows that you can be accepted without having to accept yourself, and they help you through that. So there's families, Daryl talked about it in a lot of detail, thank you. And I had a family 22, shout out to family 22, and my family mom, gave me this little rock that says joy on it. And usually when people go home from camp, they forget about the things that they learned there, and they kind of go back to their little corner where they sit down. And that little rock helps me remind myself of what it was like there and how accepting people can be and how I can love myself. So whenever I feel down, or like whenever I feel like, you know, that little kid in like the corner of the shower, you know, I hold that rock and it really brings me back. It's kind of like I forgot, like a healing rock, I think is what it's called. I don't really know. But it's kind of like that, and it really helps me out a lot. And this camp was the one that really broke me into, like, really loving myself. Like, last camp, I was like, yeah, I kind of love myself. It's cool. And, but this camp really helped me out a lot because I'm really stopping thinking about people, if they're looking at me or if they're, like, judging me in the moment. I'm kind of just more in the moment and being like, yo, I'm having a lot of fun. I don't care what you guys think. Get out of here. But like, and I just want to thank all you guys for supporting me through that, because if I didn't go through camp for these 3 years, I would have been still that little kid, really insecure, and think everyone's judging me. And I just want to thank you because I've finally been able to open up and be myself into people here and not into camp. So, yeah, okay, bye. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Muntu, and I will be talking about guidance. All right. So, all my life, I've been making good and bad choices, but there's always an option. When you have a choice to do good or bad, there is something I go to, something to guide me, something to give me a warning. I like to call this spirit. Spirit is like this one energy that you can use from the infinite source. And when you are going through something like depression, anxiety, sadness, anger, you can always go to this one source and let it guide you into the right direction. Only if you truly trust this resource, it'll truly work. Remember, we are all a part of this one source, which means we can always look inside of ourselves for guidance. With something called meditation, just a 5-minute meditation spin on ourselves can truly show you the right direction and can change a whole situation you might be going through. Guidance has impacted my life. It's guided me to this community, and I love you all. Thank you for showing me the right path, the right direction. It's also led me to camp. Camp has impacted my life. It's changed me. It's made me break out of my shell. So thank you. I love you all. And also thank you for everybody who helped us get to this moment, helped us get to camp. And I'm out.
Hi everyone, my name is Riley, and this year I was lucky enough to get the opportunity to go to summer camp this year. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that it has truly changed my life. So today I'm going to talk about my life before camp, the camp experience, and lastly, like my life after camp. So before camp, I would say that I was a little or kind of a lot on the quiet side, and I was pretty reserved. I knew that I had a light and something to share with the world, but I wasn't really sure how to pull it out of me. Another thing to note is that I'm a runner, and being a runner is a very physical sport. You're using your legs, your arms, your lungs, like you're even using your hands. But then there's also the mental side of running, which, in my opinion, is even more important than the physical part. You have to train your mind to keep going and not let any inconveniences stop you. And the whole mentality part was something that I used to really, really struggle with on a daily basis. I would let one minor setback or bump in the road determine how the rest of my day would be and determine if it would be good or bad. Now, fast forward to the beginning of summer, I was left with a tough choice. Do I go to a running camp in Arizona where I knew that I would get something physically beneficial out of it? Or do I go to this rumored amazing teen camp that I've been hearing about since the beginning of my coming to CSL, which has been for about a year? After many back and forth moments, I ultimately decided on going to teen camp because I had a feeling that I would get mentally stronger out of it. Now, this is where the camp experience comes in. When we first arrived to camp, to say that I was a little intimidated would be an understatement. Everyone was jumping off of the buses to catch up with their friends that they haven't seen since last summer. Meanwhile, I was all alone just trying to find where my cabin was, and I doubted if I would make any close friends. That quickly changed when I put myself out there a little and just reached out to people. One of the things that I thought was really cool and kind of made camp was the environment. Every single person at camp was accepting, nice, and welcoming. During camp, we did workshops similar to the ones that we have here at CSL Dallas, and it felt like each one was tailor-made for me because every day they got me to open up, think about the bigger picture, and change my mentality one thought at a time. Camp really opened up my eyes about the power that I have and the power that everyone in this room has. So now that camp is over and I'm back into the swing of my summer routine, I've noticed many positive life changes in my life. I started executing my runs better, my communication with people got more in depth, and I stopped having 1 or 2 word answers for everything. Camp has definitely helped me to come out of my shell and ultimately live out each day as the best version of me that I can be. So lastly, I just want to thank everyone who pushed me to go to camp in the first place and this lovely, amazing community for supporting us teens in the journey to get there, because it's truly been a life-changing experience. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Raphael. Okay, so I know I did this right. Okay, so basically, what I'm talking about is, so I know that a lot of people, when they went to camp this year, standard to my past camps as well, went and got something in the fact that they learned, right? They made new friends, they opened up more or whatever. But what I found for me, what I needed while I was there was to actually, in a way, cut back on what I had. And basically, and it wasn't always necessarily my choice. It wasn't like, oh, I guess I'm gonna lose some stuff and then boom, it'll be great. And like, it was more along the lines of, I lost it without choosing to, and I was realizing I was opening up all these slots for other things to do. I was opening up space and time for other people, for new friends, for just time in general, for growth, right? For example, while I was there, it was interesting because it wasn't like I didn't have friends. I had friends. I had people I could hang out with, right? There, if I wanted to hang out with people, I could, right? Namely, of course, I had my family group, right? Everyone else talked about their family group. Mine was great. I hung out with them sometimes. Another one of my more favorite groups, I would say, was actually my cabin group. Bakari was part of my family, and I didn't really know Bakari before camp, but I would definitely say during cabin bonding night, it was definitely cool to meet somebody who I'd seen multiple times before in Dallas, but hadn't really talked to, and so I made a brother out of him, and that was nice. But anyways, I'm kind of rambling on about that. The point is, right, I had these groups. I hung out with them, and it was cool, but where I found I was trying to, in a way, spend most of my time was on my own. I was, in a way, cutting off everyone, but it wasn't for the purpose of necessarily to be like, oh, I don't hang with y'all. You know? It was actually for the purpose of self-growth. I needed time for myself, which is something I simply don't do. I never give time for myself. And so what I was learning was simply the fact that if you allow yourself to just do what Spirit has created for you, then you open up to all these opportunities. Even when you're losing things, you end up gaining space for other opportunities. And so don't focus on what you're losing. Focus on moving forward, because moving forward, that's where the opportunities lie. And opportunities is growth. And I would say that's kind of all of our journeys and all of our goals, is to be the best human, and I say human because we will make mistakes and we will be imperfect, that we can be. That's what I was going to say. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Savannah Green, one of the teens here from our lovely youth group at CSL Dallas, and I'm so excited we get to do this for all of you today. So summer camp for me this year was an entirely new and different experience. My biggest highlight was being voted into leadership. Thank you. Running was something I'd been thinking about and wanting to do for a while, but I was struggling with knowing when I'd be ready. But I put myself out there and I trusted in the universe to make the right decision for me. I figured if I didn't get it this year, that just meant I wasn't ready and I'd run again next year. But the risk paid off, and I'm so overfilled with joy that it did. I'm thankful for all of you in this teaching. I know when they called my name up on that stage and they were announcing who won leadership, I heard my name being called, but it all felt like so surreal. I looked at Mila and I was like, is that me? Like Savannah Green? I was like, no, there has to be another girl named Savannah Green here. Like, that can't be me. And people were like, go, go, you know, like, get on stage, they're waiting for you. And I just got up there and I ran over to one of the girls and I just started crying and I was just hugging her and I was so happy. Anyways, I'm rambling. As a young teen, I'm constantly faced with rude remarks, difficult decisions, and disappointing news stories, as is anyone. But I refuse to come from a place of hate or anything other than a place of love and understanding. I live my life through this teaching, and as a result, that has opened many doors for me. Because of your generosity, I'm proud to say that I'm a new member of the leadership team, and I hope to influence many more to run. Your loving hearts have made this possible, and I know that all of us standing up here today, or sitting, including myself, are extremely grateful for that. With that being said, my new promise to you is that I am and will continue to be a walking example of SOM's teaching by walking the talk. My dream is now my reality, and as my beautiful and wise mothers always said, character is what you do when no one is watching. So I hope that sticks with you today. Thank you.
Hi. Hi. So I'm Mila, and I will be talking to you today about sort of my journey and my relationship with Spirit and the universe. So, a little background. For the past couple years, I've dealt with some major traumatic experiences with anxiety and stress and panic, and I've struggled a lot with being scared of the future, trying to find my one true purpose in life when I have so many passions, and trying to choose and grow up and transfer from being a child to an adult, and sort of trying to handle senior year and college and all that. So it's been a little rough for me. Okay, let me shout out to my mom, first of all. She's great. How many of you guys love your mom in here? Yeah? Right? Okay. They're great. Moms are amazing. So specifically, I love my mom so much. She has helped me through this, and I don't think I would have been able to tackle it without her. So in the past 3 years, she's been sort of guiding me through this stress and this panic and this anxiety, and she's been trying to teach me tools. She's like, you got to meditate, and all these different tools and things that I can use to help calm me down and control my anxiety, except I didn't believe her. Because while I see all this beautiful, amazing TSRWs here, and I believe them, and I know that it works, for some reason, I didn't think it applied to me. So I would sit there and I'd be going, no, I can't do that. I'm not powerful enough to do that. I can't change my life, that's out of my control. And I kept this going for a while, and it got worse, and it got worse, and I would have panic attacks, and I would have hour-long freak-out sessions where I would just go down spirals of darkness and anxiety. And so there was one day, it was like a couple weeks before camp, or like a week before camp, where it was a particularly bad day, and I was just not seeing logic, and my brain was going in circles, and I could not see anything but down, and my parents were trying to pull me out of it, and it just wasn't working. I would not listen. My brain was nothing was clicking. And finally, my mom was like, come here. And so she laid me down, and she took me through a guided meditation. And I was done. I was exhausted. I was tired of being tired. I was tired of being upset and anxious and panicked. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I opened myself up, and she took me out of my body and let me see life from a different perspective. And I was up there, and everything seemed a little better, a little smaller, a little more in the moment, not so big and giant and fierce and explosive. It was calm. And after that, everything was a bit easier. Camp came around, and being in that amazing, amazing, supportive, loving environment, and I cracked open a little bit. I started to believe, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can connect with spirit. Wow, what a concept. And so I lay in my bed one night. I decided, you know what, I'm just going to try this by myself. Why not? Let's see what happens. And I laid there, and I closed my eyes. I was like, okay, I'm going to connect. And I had a vision. I've really had a vision ever before, and it came to me, and it was like these two glass plates that I saw, and they were right here. And as I took a deep breath, they sunk into one another and became one singular plane. And suddenly, I felt a whole rush go through my body, and answers came to me. For everything that I was struggling with in that moment, they started coming to me. And from that moment on, I've been able to sit there, take a deep breath, and drop in. And I will feel aligned. I will hear the answer. I will hear the right direction. And since I came back from camp, I have not had a single panic attack. None. I've been able to go forward with my life and attack growing up and conquer it head on with excitement and energy, and I am so grateful to every single one of you who have supported emotionally and financially and in any way that has helped us get here, because it has changed all of us. And my life will never be the same. Thank you.
Mila, might I invite you back to share spiritual mind treatment with us?
Thank you.
Microphone.
So excited, I forgot what I was doing next. So if you all will join me in closing your eyes, take a deep breath, get settled in your seat. As we sit here in this room, bonded by love and light and peace, as we sit here, we acknowledge and we remember that the spirit, the universe, the stardust that creates everything, that power runs through us, runs through our planet, runs through every single being in this universe. In this knowing, we acknowledge that that light, all that covers everything in existence, applies to us as well. And we reach out and we access that power that is within us at all times and flows through and connects all of us in a oneness, a divine connection. And in that oneness, we know that our world is connected, our world is peace, and we are change makers. And as we move forward in life, and as we make our footprint and make ourselves known, we reach out to everything in existence and bring about peace, joy, and harmony. And in this knowing, we are grateful for all that exists, for all that comes about, for it is all right, it is all good, it is all divine, and in our future we see nothing but light. And in this gratitude, I release this into the universe, and as I speak it, as it falls out of my mouth, it is so. And as we say together, and so it is.
Okay. At this time, we want you to invite you to celebrate the abundance of CSL Dallas. Whoa! As the ushers come forward, we're going to move into our time of the offering.
You can donate to CSL Dallas in many ways, by text or cash, or check inside of the offering basket being passed.
You can also use our donation station located in Pankey Hall. Your contributions directly help to bring life to the destiny of our community. Wait, okay. Well, join me in saying our prosperity affirmation for the month. Divine substance is my daily supply. Abundance flows to me constantly, and I gratefully accept it. Infinite abundance flows through CSL Dallas and all who participate here. We gratefully accept it. And so it is. Solomon, you left me hanging,
Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day. Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My amazing, amazing, amazing friends. Amazing, amazing, amazing friends. Thank you for my life, Spirit, thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit, thank you for my life. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful life. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful life. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Sing with us. This day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
Okay. So the blessing will be brought forward by the practitioners. Excellent. And we have Audrey, who will be doing our offering blessing today, as Solomon and Raphael will hold the offering basket.
I joyously give my time, treasure, and talent. The universe loves giving it back to me multiplied. That's how it is.
Okay. Bakari. Oh, excuse me, pardon me. Anthony and Brandon.
Okay. Our practitioners are the spiritual coaches and support arm of our community. They are available after service today to powerfully support your healing or other positive demonstration.
Practitioners will be located just above us here in the sanctuary in the Peace Room, or you may fill out a prayer request and put it in the prayer box located in the alcove to my left at the back of the sanctuary.
We have exciting opportunities after service today. Here's what's happening today. Joy Village and the music team are offering a back-to-school brown bag luncheon. Rather than investing your dollars in a local restaurant, we invite you to invest them in the teens of CSL Dallas and in our aspiring music team.
Once you're done getting physically fed, come and get spiritually fed as the teens of Joy Village gift the community one of our favorite workshops from camp. Trust is at the core of our relationship with ourselves and how we experience relationship with others. By exploring old patterns we have around trust, we are able to redefine what trust means to us and our relationships.
In our trust workshop, we show a multifaceted view of trust and help you build awareness around your patterns and defaults. You will get to discover powerful and often forgotten parts of yourself. So please, meet us back here in the sanctuary by 1 p.m. for this powerful teen-led workshop. Free childcare will be provided in the Joy Village.
Our CSL Dallas host team has been welcoming first-time guests all morning. If you are a guest and have not been greeted by a host, please raise your hand so we can make sure that we give you our welcome gift.
Welcome to all our guests. As always, you can learn more about us in the posted newsletter or by visiting our website at CSLDallas.org. Thank you.
Okay, last August at this time, we made a big announcement that we would be making a forward motion toward a playground. And with the tireless help of Jeff Fritz and Randy Craig, we have received approval from Farmers Branch, which I'm telling you, that's a big deal. It took quite a long time, a lot of back and forthing. We also now have an amendment to our lease so that we officially may move forward. So we are currently getting bids on the fence, and we are in the design phase. So if you would like to join the playground team, which I'm sure many of you do, designing is the fun part, right? Please contact me. Here's some great photos of Joy Village. I hope you enjoy them as I close us out today and as our young kids are about to come in momentarily. Today, the camp advisors and the teens shared some powerful stories of transformation. I know during multiple of the teens' talks, I was very moved at the depth of their transformation and their ability to reflect on it and their ability to articulate it. The staff and volunteers in Joy Village are fully committed to modeling and teaching the tools for transformation, our theme this month. They're committed to doing this every week. We collectively, Joy Village and the CSL Dallas community, aim to empower young people to be change makers, to be paradigm shifters, living lives on purpose and using science of mind principles effortlessly to create their own meaningful, joy-filled, and inspiring lives, to lead the way. Did the teens impress you today? That's right. Imagine how much more empowered and spiritually grounded all of our youth could be if every member of our community supported Joy Village in some way. Each of you has a talent and a gift that our youth need and want. So lastly, I invite you to learn more about our youth program. Take a tour of Joy Village. Call me, talk to one of our teachers. I've had so many people, as I take them on a tour and give them information about Joy Village and show them the physical space, say, wow, I had no idea. So now let's have our young kids join us for our closing song. Let us rise as you are able, welcome our kids from Joy Village, and sing our last song called I'm Good to close out today's celebration. Please stay with us in the sanctuary till the end. If you are a parent, you can pick your child up here. And then also a quick reminder that you can still donate blood today. Thanks to everyone for joining us today, and have a blast singing with us, I'm Good.
I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Living life just like I should. Wouldn't change it. You guys know the song?
I'm good, I'm good, I'm good.
I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Living life just like I should. Wouldn't change it if I could. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. I'm good, I'm
Good for myself. I'm there for my friends to the very end. Good once.
I'm good with myself. I'm there with my friends till the very end. In the love revolution, find a way to be a better person. If we come together like we should, we could all be good. 2, 3, 4. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm just like I should. Wouldn't change it if I could. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Living life just like I should. Wouldn't change it if I could. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Living life just like I should. Wouldn't change it if I could. I'm good. I'm good.